Hey guys, so lately, I've been posting a lot of, not only movie related stuff, but a lot of video game related stuff as well. The reasoning behind this is for the longest time, there was kind of this big trend of, videos I've been uploading that, had basically nothing to do with video games at all for the longest of time. And so, for the first time in a while, what I really want to do, and this, in a way, it's not my official New Year's resolution, but it's kind of, something I would just like to do with my channel more often. I think it's just something that's a little bit lacking, and to kind of live up to the title of my YouTube channel for those who are watching this on YouTube of TR Movie and Game YT. I think it would be best not only to post the movie related stuff I've been posting, but to also post more video game related stuff as well. So for those who are wondering why some more video game related stuff has been uploaded lately, it's because I kind of feel that way. Like I feel like I need to upload some more video game related stuff than I have been in the past. So that's something I'm hoping to do more often. It won't happen obviously as much as the movie related stuff, but for the most part, I do want to add some more video game related things to this channel and to the people who are watching this on Facebook, to just my Facebook videos in general. Um, so for this video, what I really want to talk about is um, ideal ensemble video games. So these are games that don't exist, but I would love to see them exist at some point, get made at some point, whether it's for this current generation or for a later one, or just to get these games made. Because I think the games that I'm about to talk about today, these aren't made yet, but these are just something that I would really like to see made at some point. I would really like to see a Marvel versus DC video game, a fighting game, kind of like Marvel versus Capcom or Super Smash Brothers. I just want to see a game where you can play Marvel characters, several different kinds of choices to have of them, and for DC as well. I would love to see something like Superman and the Hulk, or Batman and I don't know, some are from like maybe the Punisher or something. Just something to see kind of, because Marvel and DC, they kind of have their own leader, they kind of have their own comic relief character, the sidekick characters and things of that nature. And I would just love to see Marvel and DC, kind of, we know that they're competition with each other, but, maybe they can share the revenue or whatever it is that they have to share with money and everything. Because let's face it, us as the fans really want to see our favorite Marvel characters fight against our favorite DC characters, and to be able to do it in a fighting game would be really really neat. Like I said, whether they do it Marvel versus Capcom style or if they did it, in the style of Super Smash Brothers, just give us a really neat game where we get to see Marvel and DC for the first time together on the same game and everything. And I think that would just be really cool. I think a lot of fans would really get into it. It would kind of like when Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games came out. People were kind of nodding yes and really excited to see something like that happen, because for the longest of time we wanted to see Mario and Sonic in the same game with each other, and in the '90s that just didn't happen simply because Nintendo and Sega were so badly against each other in the marketing in the video game department when it came to selling games and everything. They were their competition. But so I don't know if it'll happen. I would like to see it happen. I would like to just kind of see Marvel and DC, both going into it knowing that they would both make money. It's not that one is better than the other. Obviously there's going to be fanboys who are going to take one side or the other if they play it, but um, I would just like to see it happen. I would just love to see, like I said, Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and all those guys be in the same game together. I think that'd be really really cool. Um, and then for another type of thing, this is actually can go. This next game I want to talk about that once again isn't made, but I would like to see it made. Could go one of three different routes, and in a way, all three of these could be their own individual games. And in a way, all three of these could be the same game, all one game, but it would be a very big game. It'd probably take a really long time to make if all three of these were all in the same game. Or like I said, maybe if this something like this were to get made, it probably would be three different games at some point down the road. And that would be to have a fighting game just for big action movies. So like imagine, like I have some names written down. Obviously there'd be a lot more than this, but this is just an example. Like imagine a video game where they take a bunch of different characters from big action movies, like Indiana Jones, John McClane from the Die Hard franchise, Reagan Murtaugh, Riggs and Murtaugh from the Lethal Weapon movies, James Bond, Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible movies, and Jack Ryan from the Jack Ryan films, like Hunt for Red October and the new, Shadow Recruit movie and stuff like that. Like, imagine all those characters, like, all in the same game. It'd be like a Super Smash Brothers style game where, they're fighting each other, they're fighting on arenas that are, are kind of, made for that character, kind of represent where that character came from as far as film goes, and now we see them into this video game. Like John McClane maybe would have that building that he was stuck in the first Die Hard movie, or maybe like if Indiana Jones was in it, maybe they're in the where all the little Holy Grail cups are, when you had to choose the right one from the Last Crusade, or with Lethal Weapon, maybe they're on top of that roof that house they try to investigate at one point. Lethal Weapon, just make it a really fun, like for example with Ethan Hunt, make it take place in that giant tower in Mission Impossible 4, and if characters fall off, they take a big fall down, and something like that I think would be really cool. Um, so yeah, just imagine like all these action movie characters, all in the same game with each other in a Super Smash Brothers style fighting game. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people could really get into it, specifically people like me who are big into action movies. And then that goes into my next point. Like I said, this is three different possible directions they can go in, or this could be all in the same game, but it'd be a very big and expensive game to make. Um, the next one would be like a sci-fi genre fighting game. So like imagine the Terminator, John Connor from the Terminator films, Alien, Predator, the original RoboCop, the Navi from Avatar, the Planet of the Apes characters, characters like Caesar and things like that. Some Star Wars characters, some Star Trek characters, all in the same game fighting each other, and then obviously the arenas would be based off of the films and books and things of that nature that they came from. Once again, that'd be a really neat fighting game. I would just love to see it happen if all these rights and studios and things of that nature could finally just agree and take this game on and have equal revenue when taking it on and things of that nature, because I think it'd be a really fun game if they did something like that. Then this goes to my third and final point, and like I said, that they could do action sci-fi in this genre all together in the same game, make it really big, or like I said, they can make these three different separate games. For the third idea of this basically second big idea, imagine if they took like a horror genre and the horror genre and turned that into a big fighting game as well. So we have like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Pinhead from Hellraiser, the Chucky from the Child's Play films, Leprechaun, Critters, Gremlins, Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Ghostface from Scream, Jigsaw from Saw, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All those characters in the same game to make a big horror fighting game. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I could see a lot of the horror fanboys, people who go to Fangora and things of that nature, really getting into something like that. Um, like imagine the arenas of the game being like Freddy's Realm from Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Camp Crystal Lake for Jason. Like imagine the scene from the original Friday the 13th where that girl and Jason's mom are fighting on the beach of Camp Crystal Lake, or like that, the sand area before going into the lake. And they have the machete and everything. Imagine that part of the movie as one of the arenas in this game. I think that'd be a really neat thing if they did something like that. And like I said, make it even for the horror one. They can make it like a Soul Calibur styled game. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or once again, like a Super Smash Bros. Style game where you have like a ring out and you can use weapons that are found in the arena and things of that nature. Once again, I think that would be such a really neat game to see happen. And I know for the horror one for sure, there'd be a huge fan base for that. It'd probably be rated M because of all the blood and everything. But I mean, I don't care. I mean, I would still buy the game. I'm old enough to buy. I'm in my 20s now, and I just think it'd be a really neat thing to see happen. So, what do you guys think? What would be kind of a unique, ideal ensemble video game that hasn't been made that you would like to see get made? Like imagine like horror genre, the sci-fi genre, the action genre. Just something to make this big ensemble piece game where all these characters that we would normally not see together in the same place being able to fight each other and things of that nature. I would love to see that happen for a video game. So those are some of my ideas for an ideal ensemble video game. Curious to see what you guys think down below, and hope to see you here for the next video. And like I said, hope to post some more game related videos here in the future. But don't worry, for those who watch my film related stuff, there's going to be plenty of film stuff still. But at the same time, I want to be able to post some more game related stuff too, so I can keep that name TR Movie and Game YT and still be able to post, movie and game related stuff. So hope to see you guys here for the next video.